Hey, what's up everybody? Welcome back to another set of Genshin Impact reactions. Today we have some stuff from Conrea. I've never heard of whatever this is. I assume it's got to be a new area for like a new event. We all know that I tend to avoid those in the game itself when I play at least, so I have no clue what these are attached to, but apparently the first one will be Crimson Moon Dynasty Memory, which is weird, #1, and Recollections of the Dynasty, also #1. Sidreski wanted me to get to these. I have no real clue of any of the context. There's a chessboard on my screen right now for the first song, so I didn't even know you could play board games in this game. Maybe that's something to do with whatever this event is or etc., but I gotta listen to the music, so without further ado, let's go! Okay, they definitely got a different identity from other Nod Cry stuff, so it can't be, like, directly connected. Nobody said this was Nod Cry, so... Just given the upload timing, I kind of expected it to be somewhat related, but... Oh yeah. That's a whole separate thing. I mean, it's very emotional, which is weird. I really don't know how connected the board game thing is on screen right now, but this feels a little intense for a game of chess, doesn't it? Like, I know people take it seriously, but like... like these big, like, swells. It's kind of just pulling you. It keeps building up. Resolution. Okay, so it did, like, fully resolve. Yep, there it is. Why did that sound familiar? It sounded like a boot up sound effect there at the end, that like boot-a-doo. Huh. Well, that was honestly unreasonably intense for what it probably is attached to. I really don't feel like this is just chess, you know? That might have been a little bit of a misnomer on the image part. Maybe that's just an area, maybe the area is related to the whole situation, but I feel like there's way too much emotional weight in this song for it to be just like a background song for some side game that happens to be chess related or based on chess. This has way too much emotion in it. This feels like there's a tragedy to it. It has that emotional swelling. It's got that tension, but also the beauty of these like thirds in the harmonies, and it's just like, ooh, you know, like it's tight, it's very close. It feels like you've lost somebody who is close, and I think that might be the signifier in this song, like having those harmonies the way they are, and it just, again, the swelling, the constant motion of it all, but it also feels so empty at the same time. There's a lot of negative space in this song. Despite it constantly having something going on, it feels like there's a lot more left on the table that just isn't being utilized. And I wonder if that has something to do with the emotional message in this song. This is very intriguing because I don't know what the point would be, and I'm so caught off guard now thinking it was gonna be some chess game, and there's no way that it can just be a chess game. Not with all of that going on. Not with all that. There's way more to this. I just don't know what it is. I think that's kind of, unfortunately, the part where I'm like, I don't know the world well enough to really understand what might be going on, especially this late into the game. I am just, as of today, getting to like the door of the chasm. I just got the Jade Chamber done, just got Inazuma done. I'm nowhere near wherever this would take place. This is like endgame content for me, at least. So I've got nothing to go on, nothing to build on when it comes to what the emotional weight bared here is, what it would be related to, who it would be related to, what situation. But this song sounds like somebody was lost, somebody was close and they were lost, and it's just the emotional response to that. It feels like this is the theme of somebody who's going through that emotional trepidation, that journey that they cannot figure out the true answer to, and they're just kind of wallowing in that emotion. So that's at least what I'm getting out of it. I know there's another song I need to get to yet, obviously, but that was a strong start, but also it has now ruined everything I assumed based entirely off of that one thumbnail. So I guess we're gonna have to hear what this other song has in store and wonder if it's gonna be related or if it's gonna be just kind of like a tertiary relationship where same area, completely different story. I have no clue how deep these things go, but I need to listen to it. So let's go. This one's also much shorter. What is that sound in the background? That just like drone. Lots of echo on this too. Very close reverb echo. Like it's in a cave. I suppose that kind of fits this image though. Like if you're in an abandoned area, things would be bouncing off of seemingly stone walls. Oh, that's a little bit more Nod Cry flavored. Not like 1-to-1, but it's a little bit closer. Again, the swells. Ooh. It just kind of leaves you there. I mean, yeah, that one's definitely designed to loop. I can definitely tell, especially with that background, just dee-doo-dee-doo. That would perfectly loop every time. So, yeah, more lonely even than the prior one, I think. This one really took that essence of the first song where I felt lonely and sad, and this song took away the sad and just made it feel so much emptier. A lot of that reverb and bouncy sort of energy that a lot of the instruments had on it definitely aided that. It made the song feel a lot more roomy, and God, you just really feel like you're walking up like that. I mean, obviously I'm assuming that this song is like played at that location on the picture, and yeah, that would definitely fit. Just the essence of things bouncing off of all the walls, like I said earlier. It's just, you could see yourself walking through this giant empty space, kind of surrounded by comparatively very large, like not grand buildings. That huge gate was definitely more grand, but like just the buildings on the side, complete ruins, just like trying to feel it out. Like it really feels empty and abandoned in that way, and the song reflects that very nicely. There is a little bit of that like mystery to it as well. The specific notes being used are pretty common for like spooky mystery, just like you don't really have answers to it because that looping sensation really does that to the mind. There's no answer to it. It's not a call and response sort of thing that you get as the listener. You're just hearing the same thing over and over again, like an echo of the past caught in time, and you don't have anywhere for that information to go, nor do you have answers to what it's trying to ask. So it just feels stagnant. And this song did that very, very well. I think the minimal percussion here was really nice too, because you could misconstrue that as like things happening around in the area or things happening above you if you're underground. I'm not sure if this is underground, but either way, it's just that resonance of like those big hits like off in the distance. They weren't close to you at all. And the strings still had that sort of swell like in the first one where you felt like something was building up, but it never really amounted to anything. It just kind of kept building and then it would dissipate slowly and it would keep bringing that back up. It was just very lethargic, just like the first one. But at the same time, without that emotional weight nearly as much, this one just had emptiness. It was almost like an apathetic variant of that first one in some ways, where it feels like at this point during this song, whatever was feeling remorse has now kind of given up. And I think that's an interesting take, assuming I don't know if these are related really at all. Now that I've seen the picture for both of them, it kind of does make sense that they would be related. There was a lot of similarities in the areas that they're in, so I assume that they're from like the same general storyline, and it's not just a location with multiple different stories connected to multiple different people. This is probably all one concept being forced into your hands, and you have to figure it out. But yeah, I think they did a really good job at like conveying that energy, that loneliness especially, but that emptiness in that second one was just, it was so heavy. It felt heavier than the first one even though the first one had more emotional weight on it. This song, the emptiness in it felt so much heavier to me, and I don't exactly know why either. I think it was just that well done, that well balanced of having these sounds in there that were echoing and not really landing anywhere, and that looping just kind of making you stay there with it and you can't get away from it. So very, very intriguing set of songs here. Definitely didn't feel like anything from Nod Cry directly. If it is Nod Cry, it'd probably be like Nod Cry adjacent and not like directly in that area. It didn't feel like that. It felt something a little bit more, there was more of a body to it. It felt a little bit more important, but also, like I said, all the other emotions on there just empty. So it feels like the echoes of what could have been a grand visage of something else, big important people or some general power in this world that is now left to rot effectively. I would not be surprised if that was the story here. I know that they've done that a few times, so it really wouldn't be a shock if that was something that they're kind of getting back into again with something else, but I'll digress, and I think that's about all I got to say on these. So interesting sound, definitely different from other stuff that we've talked about, definitely not Nod Cry, even though I said I probably could get back into Nod Cry stuff if people wanted. It's also nice to know that there are other things being brought out that aren't just that, because again, despite my enjoyment of Nod Cry, it does kind of get tiring hearing the exact same sounds over and over again, but I think we're good here, and next time if you guys want to hear a Nod Cry thing, I could totally return to that area. So if you have something, drop it in the comments below and I will do my best as always to do those, or if you just enjoyed this video and you want to follow me and support me for more stuff coming in the future, you know how to do all that, and I will see all of you in the next video. Goodbye!